It was the last thing I ever imagined I'd have to do, standing there in front of all those people, exposing the truth about my wife's betrayal. But sometimes, when you've been pushed to your breaking point, there's no other choice. My wife, Emily, and I had been married for 10 years. We were the couple everyone envied, successful careers, a beautiful home, and 2 wonderful kids. We met in college and grew together through the ups and downs of life, or so I thought. Looking back, maybe the signs had been there all along, but love makes you blind to the obvious. It started with small changes. Emily's late nights at work became more frequent, always accompanied by vague explanations. I trusted her, but the growing distance between us was undeniable. There was one man she kept mentioning, her boss, Jonathan. Every time she talked about him, her eyes would light up in a way that unnerved me. But I convinced myself it was nothing. I mean, he was just her boss, right? Then one day, everything changed. I found messages on her phone, the kind of messages that shattered every illusion I had of our life together. She and Jonathan weren't just colleagues, they were lovers. My heart felt like it had been ripped out of my chest. I wanted to confront her right then and there, but something inside me told me to wait, to gather the full picture before making a move. Over the next few weeks, I did just that. I quietly collected evidence, took screenshots, and even hired a private investigator. The PI confirmed my worst fears. They were seeing each other almost every time she claimed to be working late. It wasn't just some fling, they were entangled in a full-blown affair. The rage and betrayal built up inside me like a ticking time bomb. I couldn't let her get away with this. I couldn't just let her destroy our family while pretending everything was fine. So I decided that if she was going to tear apart our life, it would be done in full view of everyone. There was a company event coming up, a formal dinner with all of her colleagues. It was the perfect stage. I knew she'd be there with Jonathan, probably exchanging glances and thinking they were getting away with it. I couldn't wait to watch their smug expressions crumble. That night, I dressed up and made my way to the venue, an elegant ballroom filled with smartly dressed professionals sipping champagne. Emily was there, glowing as always, but this time I couldn't admire her beauty. I was only focused on the betrayal hidden behind her smile. Jonathan was there too, shaking hands, smiling with executives, completely unaware of the storm that was about to hit. When the speeches began, I waited for the right moment. As Jonathan took the microphone to toast the company's success, I stood up. "Excuse me, everyone," I said loudly, cutting through the polite applause. The room fell silent. All eyes were on me. Emily's face turned pale. She knew. With a calm voice that hid the fury inside me, I began to speak. I just wanted to take a moment to recognize something that's been going on behind the scenes. My wife Emily has been working extremely hard lately, not just at the office, but in keeping her affair with her boss, Jonathan, a secret. Gasps rippled through the room. Jonathan's face turned ashen. Emily looked like she wanted to disappear. "That's right," I continued. "While we've all been focused on professional achievements, these two have been sneaking around, betraying their spouses, and tearing apart families." I felt the weight of every word as they landed. The truth out in the open for everyone to see. Jonathan tried to stammer something, but it was too late. The damage was done. People were whispering, staring at him, and Emily in disbelief. But I turned to Emily one last time. Her eyes were brimming with tears. "You had everything, and this is what you chose. I hope it was worth it." With that, I walked out, leaving behind the wreckage of our lives, but not before making sure everyone knew the truth. It wasn't the ending I ever wanted, but I knew I couldn't let her lies continue to fester in the dark.